Do you have trouble saving money? Are you looking to save up a big amount of money in a short time? Do you seek financial independence? Then, my friend, you need to watch this video on spending money wisely, 7 ways to save more and spend less. In today's world where there's an unending variety of goods and services and advanced marketing strategies that lure consumers to buy these things, spending wisely can require you to have thick skin. Not everyone has that. Haven't we all at least once bought something that we had absolutely no need for? That being said, here are 7 ways to help you with that spending problem and get you saving up in no time. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Firstly, put away that credit card. Trust me when I say this, your credit card is making your spending problem 100% worse. This is because credit cards allow you to spend more money than you actually have on hand. The next time you find yourself thinking, I don't have the cash for this right now, but I can make that money later, yes, it's your credit at work here. Even though it may not be practical to get rid of your credit card since you can't carry cash everywhere, bringing some level of control should be more than enough. One of the few things you could do is erase your credit card info from all your devices. This will help you avoid overspending because you won't have your card info readily available to make online purchases as easily. If you have multiple credit cards, relying on only one can also be helpful. Store away all the rest and just keep one for emergencies. However, make sure you keep an eye on the monthly bills of both the cards you are and you're not using to make payments on time and avoid additional interest charges. Lastly, try using cash more and more. Physically giving away all that money for expensive purchases may force you to rethink your spending choices. Secondly, note down exactly what you need each time you go shopping. Oftentimes we go shopping without really knowing what we need. We just wander through the stores or walk through the aisles and keep adding things without any thought or planning. Surprise, surprise, not having a shopping list can actually be a major cause of overspending. What you do need to do is list down all the important things you need each time you shop. Do this before your visit to the grocery store, the mall, or even an online shopping tour. Also, try skipping things that you can do without. After all, you do want to save up, and this should be done any way you can. What comes next is sticking to your list. Swear off buying anything that's not on there and commit to the promise you've made to yourself. This will also help you keep track of all the purchases you've made and exactly how much money you've spent on them. Number 3, see all the money you spend in terms of hours. Have you ever come across something that you really like? Say a pair of boots with a price of $55 that you thought you immediately wanted because of how good they'll look with your new clothes. Many people wouldn't give a second thought before grabbing the boots and taking them home. But one way to look at things is how much time and effort it would take you to make that much money. For instance, if you make $11 an hour at a job that physically and mentally drains you, making $55 would take 5 whole hours of torture. If you simply throw away that money that took your blood, sweat, and tears to make, not the best decision, don't you think? Instead, you could be saving that money until you have enough to move away from these circumstances. So friends, don't let your impulses get the best of you. Before making that extravagant purchase, think to yourself, just how much of your energy did that money cost you, and is adding another pair of boots to your already adequate collection worth it? 4, make your own food. Okay, I admit it, watching a boiling pot of pasta may be very irritating after a long day of work. Why would you do that when you can scoop out your phone, open the food delivery app, and get some delicious Alfredo pasta right at your doorstep? But getting food delivered or simply outside at a restaurant or bar can cost you more than cooking it yourself. Yes, it's true that food, especially if you have to get it all canned, can be expensive on its own, but it's certainly cheaper than paying someone else to make it for you and then delivering it to you. In fact, a TD Ameritrade survey discovered that an average American had saved $245 during the months of April and May by not being able to eat outside due to the global health situation. You could shop for some basic ingredients and make simple dishes that don't require a lot of spending or effort. While you're at it, you could also look for grocery store coupons online and save a couple extra bucks. Eating home-cooked meals will not only save you money, but also help you maintain a healthy diet. 5th, give thrifting a try. Thrifting is a pretty common concept nowadays. You basically buy secondhand items such as clothes at cheap prices, both saving your money and reducing your carbon footprint. You can thrift both in person or online on sites such as Etsy or eBay. Thrifting in person can be more assuring in terms of quality because you'll see just how worn out or fresh your goods are. You should try thrifting, especially with things such as clothes. According to a study, an average American spends about $1,866 annually on clothes alone. Now, imagine saving even half of that kind of money. You'll be surprised at the quality of goods you find at unbelievable prices. Also, try purchasing refurbished expensive items such as electronics. These items will work just as fine but cost you much less. But even if using secondhand goods isn't your type of thing, you could try making purchases at certain times of the year. Yes, I mean sales. Try shopping even when there's a sale on your favorite jeans or at your favorite fashion store, and get your favorite piece of clothing at half the price. Moreover, if you shop at local stores, make an absolute habit out of bargaining. Local stores can be very flexible with their pricing, and you should start using that to your advantage. 6. Review all your subscriptions. One of the supposed pros of a credit card is making subscriptions left and right with little thought to whether you actually need the services. According to a New York Times analysis, an average American spends $640 on digital subscriptions. Those aren't the only subscriptions you need to be paying heed to. This includes memberships too. Some of you may have a gym membership going to waste because you've barely stepped out of the house for the past year and a half. What you need to do is have a look at all your active subscriptions and memberships. You may find subscriptions to random sites you haven't used in a while, newspaper or magazine subscriptions that you barely read because you don't have the time, or even your TV subscriptions. Click on that cancel button as many times as you can, and you'll find yourself saving more on a month-to-month or even weekly basis. Or, if you really rely on digital subscriptions, canceling the physical ones is absolutely essential. Why do you need physical papers delivered to your house when you already pay several bucks to an online news site? Why do you need TV cable when your main source of entertainment is Netflix? Get rid of that exact same thing and do it quickly. 7. Make use of that wish list. Have you ever wanted a toy really bad as a kid that your parents just refused to buy you? Have they told you you already have a cupboard full of toys that you never play with, and absolutely frustrate you with that one sentence? Congratulations! You just discovered how the human brain functions. We all have wanted some things really badly at one point that we maybe didn't have the money for, and when we did have the money, we either bought the thing and realized it's not even that important, or simply changed our mind before buying it. But what if I tell you there's a way to use this human behavior to your advantage? The next time you see something you really like online, just add it to the wish list given on the site. Or if the site doesn't have a wish list, just add it to your cart. Alternatively, if you see this particular thing at a physical store where a wish list doesn't even exist, just note it down. The catch here being that you don't immediately buy the thing. Instead, you keep it in your cart for at least 2 weeks. Then, once that period is over, you may go back to the site and look at the thing to see if it's something that you still want. It's very likely you won't, but if you still do, only buy it if it fits into your budget. There you have it, folks, the 7 ways to spend less and save more. That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching.